And the name of this exhaust is Pea Shooter exhaust. So you just need to do some alterations, minor alterations to the Electra 350.
So this is the box packing of the exhaust. Here it's mentioned Royal Enfield. So I'll first see the length of our stock exhaust. So the diameter of our Pea Shooter exhaust tip is 2 inches. The weight, and let's see what is the difference in weight.
So now I am measuring the weight of
Bike, and let's measure the sound.
Picking up about 40.
So apart from sound, there is one more major flaw in the design of
this
this
exhaust, I feel like I am riding a BS4 bullet. There is so much of refinement, a reduction in vibration. The thump is really noticeable.
Very slowly, feel like this. So now you can see the official Royal Enfield exhaust with the DB killer and without the DB killer. Yes, you heard it right. We can actually remove the DB killer. Of the good news for Royal Enfield thumb lovers.
Hello YouTube, this is Dhruva Mundodi and welcome to my channel Mundodi Vlogs. Friends, today's video is regarding my new exhaust, and the name of this exhaust is Pea Shooter exhaust. If you are not aware of the fact, Royal Enfield has launched 16 new legal exhausts. Yes, you heard it right. Royal Enfield has launched 16 new RTO approved legal exhausts under the Make Your Own Royal Enfield customization program. If you go through Royal Enfield website under the exhaust section, it is clearly mentioned that these silencers are designed and developed so as to ensure optimum engine performance and ideal riding conditions, while at the same time adhering to the stringent noise and emission regulations. They are suitable for both BS3 and BS4 versions of the Classic 350, and the hardware is backed by a 2-year warranty. You heard it right. As of now, this exhaust is only developed for the Classic 350. But don't worry, on their website Royal Enfield has clearly mentioned that the Make Your Own personalization program offered for the Classic 350 series will soon be expanded to other models as well. But seriously, who has the patience to wait for Royal Enfield to expand their customization program for the other models? I have my own customization program called Mundodi Vlogs customization program, and I have found a way, a jugaad, to fix this exhaust on my standard 350. Because all the stock exhausts which come on standard 350 as well as Classic 350 are both the same. Only the thing which differs is the holding bracket or the mounting bracket. So you just need to do some alterations, minor alterations to fix this exhaust on the standard 350 or the Electra 350, which I'll be explaining you in the later part of the video.
So this is the box packing of the exhaust. Here it's mentioned Royal Enfield genuine motorcycle accessory. Here they have mentioned the price 3,600 rupees. And inside this box, if you want to see, there are so many packing materials. I should mention the fact that Royal Enfield has done a really good job in packing this product. They have also provided us with the user manual. So what accessories did I get with this exhaust? I didn't get anything except for this mounting bracket and 2 bolt nuts. So let's have a close-up view of this exhaust. So here you can see Royal Enfield symbol is printed on the metal itself. So this gives a very classy touch to the exhaust. And under the exhaust, they have printed official Royal Enfield exhaust, Classic 350 BS3 and BS4 compliant. And they have also mentioned the product code of the exhaust. So in the earlier part of the video, I have mentioned that I have done a small jugaad or minor alteration to fix this exhaust on my standard 350. So what is that alteration? So if you observe carefully, you can see 2 holes in the mounting bracket now. Actually, originally it came like this. This was the original bracket, okay? But later, I have welded a small angler and I have done an extra hole to that angler. So why have I done that? I will explain it to you in the later part of the video. But before that, let's see what is the difference between the stock exhaust and the Pea Shooter exhaust. So this is the stock exhaust. You can clearly see the difference in length. Let's see what is the exact difference in length. So I have a measuring tape with me. So I'll first see the length of our stock exhaust. So the length of our stock exhaust is 34 inches. Okay. And let's see the length of our new Pea Shooter exhaust. So the length of our new Pea Shooter exhaust is 22.5 inches. That means the Pea Shooter exhaust is 11.5 inches shorter than the stock exhaust. Okay, now let's measure the circumference of our Pea Shooter exhaust at its tip. Fine. So the circumference of our Pea Shooter exhaust at the tip is 7 inches. Okay. Now let's compare it with the stock exhaust. Okay. So the circumference of our stock exhaust at the tip is 6 inches. That means the pea shooter's exhaust circumference is 1 inch wider than the stock exhaust. Okay, now let's see what is the circumference of our pea shooter exhaust at the middle, and then let's compare it with our stock exhaust. So the circumference of pea shooter exhaust at the middle is 11.5 inches. Now let's see what is the circumference of our stock exhaust at the middle. So the circumference of our stock exhaust is also 11.5 inches. So they both are the same. Now I forgot to mention about the diameter of the exhaust tip. So let's see the diameter of our pea shooter exhaust tip. So the diameter of our pea shooter exhaust tip is 2 inches. Okay. And now let's see what is the diameter of our stock exhaust tip. Okay. So the diameter of our stock exhaust tip is 1.8 inches. Royal Enfield has claimed that their new exhausts are 40% lighter than the stock exhaust. So now let's compare the weight and let's see what is the difference in weight. So now I am measuring the weight of our pea shooter exhaust. I am including the bracket as well because bracket is also part of the exhaust. So let's see how much it weighs. So the pea shooter exhaust along with the bracket weighs at 3 kg 100 grams. Now let's see what is the weight of our stock exhaust. Okay, so the weight of our stock exhaust along with the bracket is 4 kg 600 gram. That means our pea shooter exhaust is 1.5 kg lighter than the stock exhaust. Okay, now let's see what is the difference in sound between the stock exhaust and the pea shooter exhaust. I don't have any kind of a professional dB meter to measure the sound, so I am using a normal Lenovo Tab, to which I have downloaded a sound meter application from the Play Store. I have kept the device about 1 meter far from the exhaust so that at least we can get little bit proper reading, but definitely we won't be getting accurate reading because we are not using a professional device. Now let's see, I'll start the bike and let's measure the sound. So at idling, it is giving us a reading of about 45 to 48 decibels. I'll increase the throttle. At the same time, I'll zoom in so that you can see it properly. Because of the sunlight, the display is not visible, I suppose. Okay, now let's measure the sound of our pea shooter exhaust and then we'll compare the difference between our stock exhaust. Okay, at idling, it is giving a measurement of about 48 decibels. I'll just increase the throttle now. At the same time, I'll zoom in so that you can see it properly. So now you have a clear idea of the difference in sound between the stock exhaust and the pea shooter exhaust. Definitely the stock exhaust is about 8 to 9 dB louder than the pea shooter exhaust. It's a great disappointment for bullet lovers or the thump lovers, because basically every Royal Enfield owner loves that thump or the exhaust note. But I would say, in my case personally, I like the looks of the old school bullet. So to get that old school look of the bullet, you need to install a short bottle silencer, or there are so many names: Chennai short bottle, Punjabi short bottle. Basically everything is the same. Some comes with baffles and some are free flow. But the problem with these exhausts are cops will fine you or cops will impound your bike because you are using a aftermarket exhaust. So if you want to play safe, in the sense you want that old school look, also you don't want to get fined by the cops, then definitely you can go for a pea shooter exhaust or any other official exhaust which are launched by Royal Enfield. Because Royal Enfield, they have claimed on their website that it is RTO approved. Also they have written it in print under the exhaust, saying it is official Royal Enfield exhaust. But I don't know how in world you will show it to the cops, because literally you have to tilt the bike towards left side to show it. It's not so easy to read it. I think Royal Enfield could have done a better job. Somewhere here they could have written it. That's my personal opinion. So apart from sound, there is one more major flaw in the design of the pea shooter exhaust. So if I have to say that, see, this part can be actually removed. Okay, if you have to remove the DB killer, you will have to remove the end tip of the pea shooter exhaust. So for that they have provided about 5 Allen key bolts. Okay, so upon impact, or when your bike falls, upon impact, definitely this part will rip off from the exhaust. So this is one major drawback. In fact, they could have provided a removable DB killer from the tip, just like the barrel exhaust DB killer. If you haven't seen that, please Google about barrel exhaust DB killers. So they have actually provided a DB killer for free flow exhaust, which can be actually inserted from here. So I'll do a separate video about it. I have already got that DB killer with me, so I'll be doing a video on that also.
And regarding the operating and performance of the engine, I have definitely noticed the increase in refinement. I mean, the refinement is 100% noticeable. I feel like riding a BS4 Bullet. I have a BS3 Bullet. This is a BS3 2016 standard 350. Now after installing this exhaust, I feel like I'm riding a BS4 Bullet. There is so much of refinement after installing this exhaust. I see a reduction in vibration. Okay, especially at a speed range of about 60 to 80, definitely there is a reduction in vibration. And if you ask me what is the sound, okay, definitely my mobile camera or any other mic what I use cannot give justice to the sound, okay, but I can just explain you my perception of the sound, or I'll try to explain it, okay. So this is a BS3 Bullet. Now after installing this exhaust, my Bullet has started sounding like a BS6 Bullet, okay, and the thump is definitely there like the BS6, but there is one sort of a whistling noise, okay. If you have heard the exhaust note of an old Thunderbird, you might have noticed that AVL Thunderbird was having that whistling noise. So there is some kind of a whistling noise along with the thump when in idling and when you throttle the bike, okay. But I really like the sound when we cross 50 and above, okay. 50 and above, with the stock exhaust, the sound used to get muffled. But with the P-Shooter exhaust, when you cross 50 and above, maybe around 60, 78, and I have never crossed 80. So in that speed range, the sound is really sweet. You know, like the thump is really noticeable, especially when you are climbing a hill. Is definitely, you know, very good thump, and I really love that sound. It is much better than the stock exhaust. Regarding the mileage, I haven't seen any difference till now. I have been using this exhaust from about 1 month. I didn't see any noticeable difference. Also, thump lovers, please don't get disappointed, because the DB killer of this exhaust can be removed. Yes, you heard it right. The DB killer of this exhaust can be removed. Please don't stop the video. I have one thing left to explain. I'll explain you guys why I have done an extra hole and why I have welded an extra clamp to the existing bracket. So to explain you how I have fixed my P-Shooter exhaust and what modification I have done and why I have done, I'll have to tilt my bike because for some reason I am unable to remove this cap over here. Also, I want to give you a demo on how you can show the official Royal Enfield exhaust print to the cops in case if they want to see it. Now even if I put the side stand and even if you bend like this, you cannot see that print. So if you really want to show the printed letters to the cop, what you have to do is you have to literally tilt the bike like this. I'll show you how. Be very careful. See that you are tilting the bike on tarmac road or tarmac road. Please do not attempt to tilt the bike on mud road. In case the road is wet, definitely your bike may fall down. So very slowly tilt like this. Okay. If you bend like this, so now you can see the official Royal Enfield exhaust seal. Now I told you earlier that I have done a small alteration to the existing bracket. I'll show you why I have done that. Okay. So first I'll fix this and I'll try to fix the exhaust to the original bracket hole. So now I have fixed the exhaust to the original bracket hole. I'll show you what is the problem with the existing setup. So here you can see the bent pipe and this is the exhaust. So clearly you can see there is lots of space left. Actually the exhaust should completely enter till this point of the bent pipe. Now what happens is only about ½ inch of the bent pipe is entering inside the exhaust and you can almost see the other side. So because of this there is lots of air leakage. So to solve this problem, what I have done is I have welded an extra angler and have done a special hole in that. Now let's just fix it to that new
angler's hole. Okay, now with this new setup, I'll show you what is the condition near the bent pipe. Now you can clearly see that the bent pipe has completely entered inside the exhaust and there is no air leakage at all. So basically there is only small difference between the bracket of the classic 350 and standard 350. So to fix the pea shooter exhaust on your standard 350 or Electra 350, you just have to do this small mod. So through which you can solve the air leakage problem near the bent pipe. So friends, in the coming days I'll be doing a sound comparison test of my pea shooter exhaust with the DB killer and without the DB killer. Yes, you heard it right. We can actually remove the DB killer of the pea shooter exhaust. So it's a good news for Royal Enfield thumb lovers. Also, I'll be doing a mileage test video of my bike with the pea shooter exhaust. In fact, in the past I have already done a mileage test video of my bike with the stock exhaust. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll post the link in the description box. Please go through it. Also, I have many other videos in the pipeline. I'll be uploading it very soon. So please stay tuned to my channel. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you have found my video to be informative and interesting. If you like my video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to Mundodi Vlogs for more such informative and interesting videos in the future. Keep supporting, guys. Thank you.